Okay, so an ongoing problem with this truck has been, okay, the RPM arms are fine, okay, they work just like they're supposed to, but depending on how you're looking for it, these carriers or hubs or whatever you call them, well, they're they constantly pop out. Okay, so I did some searching yesterday. Took me a while because I had to find the right term to find out what these are, and I guess they're called axle carriers. Hot Racing makes aluminum, so here we go with another upgrade. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get them. You know, I just want to retire it. I don't want to rebuild it again. I don't. You know, the good thing is though is that I have two good axles still. So even though these are brand new, so what happened was when this ball popped out, it caused a bind, broke the axle, broke this C-hub up inside there. So that means I'm gonna have to take the whole rear apart again just to get this axle switched, because I can't get that to grub screw with this aluminum bulkhead in the way. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and order the parts for that, and hopefully they'll be here soon, and give this another shot. Alright, so here we are. As you know, the last run on the e-maxx did not go so well. It broke another axle. So I think I have a solution for that, and I'm going to try to not tear the thing completely apart in order to do it. So let's see what we're going to do. Okay, so if the screw's off, I can just pull this off, and as you can see, it already got full of dirt and stuff. But you may be able to see there's a groove right here. Hoping if I turn this that I can get at this pin. Ooh, look, maybe I won't have to take it completely apart. Get this pin out of here, then I can swap out that the piece on the end there, so I can never remember what it's called. Besides the axle breaking, this piece broke as well. Okay, but I have another one, and I have another axle. It's not a brand new axle, but I have another one. So we're going to take this axle carrier off because I need to change the axle. Okay, so I removed the axle carrier and I got the axle out. As you can see, completely sheared off. Oh, they went a bushy. That's alright. I don't need it no more. And wherever I put that, oh, here it is. Here's the piece that broke off. Here's a new one. Well, actually it's not new, it's used, but that's alright. Used to work. Here are the new knuckles we're going to put on. Hot Racing, they're coming to the rescue again. All I can tell you about that. Right? So these would sit, well, they're right and left obviously, so they would sit like that. Like that. Okay? Then we have new bushings in here, just like that. Right? And then you got this plastic bushing right here. Okay, so what this will solve is that this ball there, or this ball right here, when we put it in through, say, the backside, right, like that. So unless the threads pull out of these arms, they should not go anywhere. So let's go ahead and put those on, and I'm gonna put this one on. Put this new old axle in. Cool. That's why I never throw anything away, I guess. These come with new bearings as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. Inner and outer right there. Yeah, another burr. So what happens when you use old parts? So now it's in, and I guess the first thing I'm going to tell you that I really like is that they're really tight tolerance. So yeah, this should be much better. So 3/4 of the truck will be worn out. Now we can go ahead and slide this up in. Take this ball, just stick it up in there. Without the axle falling out, apparently. Okay, here we are. we'll just get these started. We got these in, and there is an adjustment for the slop right here, because you don't want this to be binding, and that's what these are for. Okay, so we just put these in here with my other really cool wrench, and we tighten them down till there's just a little bit of slop. Usually just go down all the way, and I'll just back it off 1/2 turn, and that will give it just enough. It won't hold up on the articulation part, and there you are. Alright, and we'll go ahead and put this arm back in, which comes with a new bolt, which is cool. I like that. They're either good to have when you're putting it together or good to keep for later. And there you are. One done. Everything's working good. All I need to do now is just do the other 4, and we're good to go. And put the skid plate back on. The rear is done, but I'm going to have to correct myself on what I told you on that when we do the front. So this is looking really good. You want a little bit of movement so that the suspension isn't bound up, so, but not too much, because if it's slopping back and forth, it's going to break these aluminum hub carriers as well. So when we do the front, I'll correct myself, sorry, not you, me. I'll correct myself on the adjustment for these. The one other thing is that I did put one boot on, and I decided to not put the rest on. And the important thing I think to remember is that when you do put these together, put a little grease. I like to use this Lubriplate 105. It's great assembly grease. It's lightweight. It doesn't hold up on anything. I mean, it's not super. It gives it the lubrication it needs, and it doesn't, it gives it the lubrication it needs. And then the word will come to me later on, I'm sure. And I'll tell you, and it'll just blur it out, and you'll all be going like, what is he talking about? Alright, so let's move on to the front. So everything's in except for the adjustment for this. Okay? I need to correct myself, because on the front it's a lot different than the rear. Okay, the rear you don't have to compensate for steering, just suspension travel. On the front you have to compensate for both. So what we have going on here, well, there's a lot of slop right there, right? So let's go ahead and put one of these here in. Let's see if we can adjust it. This is where all the adjustment is. If I tighten this all down all the way, and there's still too much, like there is right now, alright, there's a stop. You can go farther than that. See, now it's too tight, so I need to back it off. Not very much. Just enough so it has some slop. Okay? Then we go ahead and check it. We can do the same for the bottom. But before I do that, I'm gonna pull it all back out and put some grease on the end of it. And I think I need to go in with the ball just maybe half a turn. Okay, so it looks about the same as the other side. I'll put a little bit of grease on there. If it ends up being too tight, just back it off a little bit. We'll do the same for the bottom. Okay, so we have a little bit right there. That's not bad, you know. And since these are aluminum, they won't. Only thing that'll make a difference is that even if the ball screws pull out of these arms, it won't make a difference. It should be all the same, right? Because the tolerance inside, you know, is what's making a difference. So let's go ahead and put this all back together, and well, we'll give it another run.
Oh, well, normally that would cause something to break. So let's go take a look at it. All right. Well, yeah. Everything's there. Let's go some more, and we'll see if we can, you know, use up this battery. There we go again. Okay. Brakes are too good. Okay, I think it's pretty safe to say this thing's going to handle it. I already flipped it like, I don't know, 8 times. Did a couple cartwheels. And everything's holding together. So, I would call this last run of the e-maxx part 2 a success. And now I'm just kind of going like, well, maybe I just want to keep running this thing because this is the longest I've run it without it breaking. So I don't know. You tell me. Leave a comment. Give me a like. Make sure to subscribe for more content like this. And this is RC Mechanic Garage. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching so much.